the Spanky Guitar YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick review, and I'll get into a short demo also. Quick review of this beautiful guitar here. This one is 2011 Fender Telecaster from the custom shop. So it's been a while since I did an actual review and demo on the channel. I've been just doing like the short videos and stuff like that, and just getting into some playing videos now, and trying to grow the channel. So yeah, this is my second Telecaster I've ever owned. The first one actually found a new home. So this one I got last fall, and I'm very happy with it. So here we go have, this is actually from the custom shop, Fender custom shop built. It I think it's called the transparent blonde. So I'll just kind of go in a bit of history about the Fender Telecaster. The first mass-produced solid-body guitar, electric guitar, by Leo Fender back in the early 50s. And actually, the first prototypes were made in between 1948 and 1950. Back then, they were called the Broadcaster. And so yeah, we got I think it was called the Esquire early on, in like 51 or so, like but back then it didn't have it only had the one pickup, the first Esquire in 51, I believe. 1950, actually, yeah, in 1950 it was the Broadcaster. And so they had to change actually the name because Gretsch, which was more of an established guitar manufacturer, they already had a patent on the name Broadcaster. So they had to Fender had to change the name. So for a short period, this guitar actually had in the early 50s, it didn't even have a name. So it's commonly referred to as the No-Caster, because back then they had to take off Broadcaster. Then later on, because Leo Fender partnered with a radio television company, and then they came up with the name Telecaster. And so yeah, that's my the first time I've seen a Fender Telecaster in action, not in real life, but on TV or on a movie back in the 80s. For those of you who are a bit older like myself, that movie Crossroads with Ralph Macchio, however you pronounce it, the Karate Kid there, and that famous guitar duel with Steve Vai. And so ever since then, you know, I was just a young boy at the time, under 10 years old, and I really loved that movie. And in that movie, he was using the black pick Gartelli. And so that sort of, you know, that sparked an interest in my in guitar playing early on. But I didn't actually get any guitars until I was, you know, a teenager, actually, my late teens. And I started listening to heavy metal, and I always associated these types of guitars with country music, you know, finger picking country, old country songs. So for a short time there, or for a little while, I didn't really have the appreciation that I do now for the Telecaster, because it, you know, you think of the 1950s, and back then I was a teenager. It's like, oh, I don't really care too much about old guitars. And so yeah, my first guitar was I've been a 7-string, and then like I said, just played a bunch of metal. But then later on, I started appreciating, getting a appreciation for older guitars and the importance and the history of guitars. Um, yeah, so a lot of good people, famous are all of our favorites. Billy Gibbons, Jimmy, Jimmy Page, the first Led Zeppelin album, he used a Telecaster. Jimmy Page, all kinds of people, I think in 1950, or Billy Gibbons was using a 1950 broadcaster on a song called "Jesus Just Left Chicago." So yeah, that's a little bit of a history. There's a lot more into it, but for a while the earlier guitars, and you can still get them, of course, is they have it like they call it the ashtray saddle mount, and this one has more has the modern one. Um, or the early guitars that had the ashtray mount had a patent for a 1040 patent. And so yeah, that's all pretty much all I'm gonna say. Oh, I guess it has a, oh, I forgot to say, has a beautiful bird's eye maple neck, and abalone inlays. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so let's have a quick look what's in the candy case here. C&G, the original vintage case company, made in USA. Nice plush color inside. And in here we have old style strap. That's pretty cool. Skinny, thin, narrow strap, but it has padding. Comes with cable. I guess the store I got it from, like I said, it's 2011, so it's it's a little bit old. Well, not old, but it was from a guitar shop here in Alberta, Canada. Some sort of hang tag here. Caution: read before opening. Do not expose to extreme temperatures to avoid finish damage. This quality musical instrument must be stored at normal room temperature for 24 hours prior to opening. Oh yeah, okay. The wood shrinks or whatever. 2011 Deluxe Tele White Blonde MN. What's this one? The Guitar Bazaar. So price tag $42.95. I think I got it for 4K. So yeah, that's that. Canadian price, obviously. And here comes with a certificate of authenticity, COA. And so that's a nice COA. Custom Deluxe Tele NOS serial number, Fender Custom Shop. Cool. And so yeah, let's do a quick playing demo. And if you like the channel, I would encourage some of the people, some of the viewers of my channel to subscribe and like the video. I just I started the channel a few years ago, but I noticed I'm getting a lot of views on my videos, but nobody's subscribing or liking the videos. So if it takes a long time to make these videos, and I don't make any money off it. I just do it for the love of playing and the love of the guitars. Every time I come into the presence of a Telecaster or a Les Paul, I kind of get jittery because I understand what the great power these things have. If you ever been to a concert, I've been to many, many concerts, and the sound of a loud guitar on the big PA, man, that's like something else. That's like being in heaven right there. But even with a small amp, I use Boss. Right now, I'm using a Boss Katana 50, and I still get that same feeling of I'm in the presence of magic. It feels like. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into a quick demo. Neck, so middle.